Welcome, gamers. I am MonriaTitans, the host of the Weekend Game Show, where I educate on and discuss game development to show why they can take years to make to prevent another stressful Cyberpunk 2077 launch scenario, with the theory being greater understanding brings more patience and emotional regulation. We should not be threatening developers because of how long a game is taking to release. Okay, one of the ways I do this is with these Let's Play Some Demos videos. I'm going to be providing commentary and criticism on the game's mechanics, story, sound design, animation, art style, and design. What's going right, what needs to be improved. I said story, right? Anyway, provided I don't get too caught up in the game to be able to comment, which in a way is commentary in of itself. In addition, with how saturated Steam is, let's get these indie games some attention, shall we? Also, if any of them are on itch.io, I will be letting you know. Unless shit happens, I have 4 for us to try today. I also provide artist shoutouts to human artists to combat AI spit, aka plagiarism laundering. All of them can be seen on the artist shoutouts Ko-fi, the Opinions and Truth blog, Pillow Fort. I'm going nuts with it. Link in the description. All rights reserved by the artist. Hashtag create don't scrape. If you'd like to see more of these videos, I should probably change that if you want to, let me rewind that. If you'd like to see previous videos, then you can find them on my YouTube channel under the handle at MonriaTitans, and also on Steam. Y'all should have seen my face when I saw there was YouTube integration into Steam. Rumble. Well, let me rephrase because they're getting on my nerves now too. And you can find old ones on Rumble and Odyssey. I don't know what I dropped Odyssey because of how long it took to upload videos. And Rumble, I don't know what the fuck is going on with Rumble. I'll check up on them later. I liked them. And then their user interface got wonky. We'll see. If you're interested in supporting, please consider doing so via the WGS Ko-fi. Speaking of artist shoutouts, ta-da! Today, yes, hopefully I'm saying their name right. Today we have a children's book, or we have an illustration from the children's book, The Yurka's Watermelon, by Evgenia Zakopova. Hopefully I said that correctly. If not, they have my sincerest apologies. I found this piece on ArtStation. They also have an Instagram, and you can contact them via email. This artist shout-out choice was inspired by Oxford English Dictionary's word of the day for Saturday. Hopefully, well, I don't know why I'm saying hopefully, I'm going to be getting you the correct pronunciation in a second, but here's my attempt at pronunciation. Puriculture? Puriculture? The rearing and training of young children. So I'm going to Oxford English Dictionary. How do they pronounce it? So here's British English.
Puericulture.
Puericulture. U.S. English.
Puericulture.
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 I like the British English better. Puericulture.
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 Puericulture. I like that. I like that better. Puericulture. Or we could combine it. Puericulture. I like that. That works. Like it a lot. If you would like to assist me in getting further exposure for the artist shoutouts, you could donate to kofi.com/artist shoutouts. What I want to do is I want to be a smartass. So the social media platforms are trying to use up all our data and whatnot to train their AI. Well, we can use their ad systems to promote human artists. Fuck you. Hashtag create don't scrape. Do go please check them out. Link to the artist shoutout in the description. I love this. This is awesome. So cute. We don't see a whole lot of those types of wholesome images anymore. Unless you purposely seek them out. Okay. So, rules before we proceedeth. Typically, there are 4 demos. Each demo gets 30 minutes, not including the adjustment of settings and character creation. I might up it up to 5 and or play a great game for longer if there are technical issues, or a demo finishes before the timer goes off. If there's time left over from a demo, it will be applied to the next. And no AI spit, AI slop, plagiarism laundering, regurgitative AI. AI. There we go. Alright, so for these 4 demos, I'm excited about all of these, actually, although this one's first person. First person games tend to make me sick, so we'll see. Alright, so we have Imperial Grace. It is a visual novel about romance, medieval intrigue, and political strategy. Will you rule with your head or your heart? Kind of reminds me of Crusader Kings 3. Then we have K-pop Idol Stories Road to Debut. Play the first 6 weeks in this demo. In this life simulator, you're the manager responsible for scouting talent, organizing schedules, creating budgets, planning social media, choosing music, and styling your idols. Your goal? To debut the next big K-pop idol group. Shit's about to get interesting. Alright, Quantum Witch. I'm not gonna lie, this is the one I'm most looking forward to. One of the writers for the game is also one of my favorite video game critics. Quantum Witch, a feud between old gods, a missing flock of, that's supposed to be fear, I don't know, and every choice has consequences. Ren is in the middle of it all. What will her story be? You will decide in this narrative-driven adventure. I love narrative-driven adventures, and you can't go wrong with pixel art unless you try. And then we have Shroom and Gloom. Gather and grow cards in Shroom and Gloom, a moody first-person roguelike double-deck builder bursting with fungal foes and mountains of mega combos. The Shroom and Gloom demo drops you into a weird and moody double-decking... why do I keep doing that? Double-deck building roguelike. Build 2 distinct decks, battle through 26 handcrafted tunnels, and face off against spore-swarming enemies and biome bosses. I was just watching a video yesterday. It was a Dungeons & Dragons related video about someone turning a plant into a boss. One worthy of being scared of. So this... Timing. Timing is interesting. Alright, so... Number 1. Imperial Grace. I should make the loading part of the demo part of the timer. How long does it take to load? There it is. Francais. Okay. Can I do this? Will it break if I do this? No. Awesome. Will I fade to black for suggestive content? It has suggestive stuff. I didn't see anything about it being NSFW. Did I miss something? Oh well, whatever. We're adults. Remove flash of light. Yes. Remove shaking screen. Abso-fucking-lutely. Fade to black versus nah. Will full screen fuck shit up? Yes, it will. Full screen will make it so it can't be recorded. Good to know. All right, back. UI volume. Okay, we'll find out. Not as loud as it could be. Fast forward. Text speed, yes. Oh, there's a font specifically for dyslexia? That makes sense. Text size. The text is as it will appear in the text box. We can make that a little bit bigger. Much better. All right. Extra. What is extra? Okay. So, I don't know if there's customization yet. Probably not. This game is intended for a mature audience. It contains many themes that could offend the sensitivity of younger players. Oh! Too late. The complete list of trigger warnings is available in our store page. Alright, let me pull up the store page then. This game is intended for a mature audience. It tackles several forms of fantasy violence common in medieval times. Assassination, disease, war, sexism, etc., isn't very helpful. You are going to play a demo version of this game, thus the content might be subject to change, or some features may be missing, such as the diplomacy feature. Meanies. Alright. Show me some tips. Skip all tutorials. No. Click anywhere on the screen to progress in the story. Use your mouse wheel to go back even after a choice. Oh. You can fasten the text display in settings. Okay. Several accessibility features are available in the options. I showed you that. It's for your gaming comfort, especially if you are dyslexic, photosensitive, or epileptic, so don't hesitate to check the corresponding functions. You can check your resources from the extra menu at any time. Cool. Have fun. I guess we'll do normal mode. You will need to spend your resources carefully. You will have infinite resources. Ooh. Oh. Well, we know how we do things here. We're Monria. Alright, blessed by, I guess what we get to pick a perk. Cool. You have loved fighting since you were a child. Although you were not allowed on the battlefield, you are in excellent physical shape and your swordsmanship rivals that of a man. Starting bonus and army. Cool. Blessed by Amatera. When you were younger, you almost became a scholar. Your love of reading and learning has given you knowledge in many fields, including astronomy, theology, and botany. Starting bonus. Why would that be religion? Blessed by Harel. You have mastered the art of diplomacy and eloquence. You can improvise inspiring speeches in an instant, and you know the first names of every noble over 3 generations. Starting bonus and influence? Probably. Blessed by Mariade. Numbers and resources management hold no secrets for you, and you have excellent relations with merchants, are good at mental arithmetic, and know all the subtleties of tithes and other taxes, not only from Calidia, but also from your neighbors. Starting bonus and money. I mean, seeing as how we have to spend our resources carefully. Oh, customization on the screen will not be reflected in the illustrations. The match option adapts your outfit to the illustration, not the other way around. To change your outfit during the game, click on extra outfit. Okay. Oh, wow. Fight. Oh. Alright, so we have night, casual, formal. I mean, if you, how is this? I guess and like royalty and whatnot. This is okay. We'll go with casual. No. We'll go with that. Oh wait. Oh, there are more hair options. We're on Chill Nice. I still want that one. Hairstyle, outfit. What? What? I would so wear that. That is that. Oh. This dress with pure gold thread embroidery was worn by Queen Melisandre the First for her coronation ceremony. It is the natural treasure, which is passed from generation to generation, but barely worn because of its weight, symbolically and literally. I'll bet. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Oh! I'm having more fun with this than I expected to. Ooh! Mine. Yes. I probably don't need jewelry because we already have a thing. Yeah, because she has that neck thing. Yeah, we don't need that unless I want to do that. No. Crowns? Can't have crowns. Option unlocks after your coronation. Okay, but I want that. This. Yes, give me. Give me. Oh! That is not casual. So I can okay, I see what they're doing. So I'm setting up what I want to wear when I want to be casual, what I want to wear when I want to be formal, when I want to wear at night. Okay, I see what you're doing. But because I didn't pick the fight thing, only used for the combat specialty, which I didn't pick. Okay. How do I want to look at night? That hair makes sense. How do I want? That's cute, but nah, that's fine. So what do I want my formal wear to be? How do I want to be formal? We'll go with that. Outfit. I mean, so technically this is supposed to be formal wear. I didn't realize that, but I'm gonna go with this. I like that. That'll work. Yeah, I'm just casually. I'm just gonna be casual. So now that I know what this is supposed to be for, I'm about to change that to formal. Seriously think about changing that to formal. Nah, we'll go with it. I just wear this when I'm being casual. Alright. Now time to start the timer. Alright, the panic voice resonated in my dream like an echo a few moments before I understood that it came from somewhere else. Woke up with a jolt, disoriented. Alright. Might as well. Want to rename your save? Yes, Monria. Alright, back. Because why not? The palpable feeling of urgency had immediately brought me to my senses, but it still took me a few seconds to recognize the advisor's voice as well as the room I was in. I know that feeling. Alden, what's going on? Hello, sir. Your Highness, I bring terrible news. Your father was assassinated last night. Oh, okay. I was ready to hear just about anything. Managing crises was an important part of royalty, after all, and yet I was completely stunned by the news. My father was dead at the hands of an assassin just a few rooms away from me. Oh! All the implications from this revelation bounced through my head, drenched in doubt and fear concerning my own security and the future of the realm of Calidia. Beg your pardon, Your Highness. I was too late. Pulling myself out of lethargy, I looked down on Alexander, who knelt next to the bed, his head bent low, as if the weight of his shame stopped him from getting up. Whatever went down, I knew he had nothing to be ashamed of. When I was just a child, I already admired his talents, and they grew steadfast with age and the position of general. Okay, cool. Presence here was a relief. I didn't know the assassin's full intentions, but even if they were after me, as long as Alexander was by my side, I didn't have anything to worry about. Cool. Don't push yourself down. Monria de Terranfell. Ooh, I like that. Anyway, don't put yourself down like that. You aren't responsible for what happened. We'll bring the regicide to justice. He's gonna try and kill her. Still, maybe. Anyway, still mortified, Alexander stayed on his knees. I could see his fingers twitch a little, proof he wasn't completely convinced, but he nodded his approval all the same, transported by the firmness of my voice. Okay, cool. As for me, now that I had said it out loud, I felt that the information had settled in my mind, and I finally accepted it as truth. with the full understanding of the situation. We're going to be coronated soon. My father, Magnus, the 5th Emperor of Kaledia, was dead. Many would have broken down after hearing such news, but for years now I hadn't held an ounce of affection for him. Oh. Okay. His death was actually good news to me. Oh. Okay. Oh. It marked the beginning of a new era, a better one, I hoped. An era for which I'd be preparing ever since I realized that was my destiny. I'd been preparing. I was to succeed him, I was to become the Empress. But it wasn't yet time for celebration. Although I was the legitimate heir to the throne, I had plenty of detractors, and I still needed to figure out why the assassination had taken place. I had many questions about the killer's identity and motivations. I was lost in thought. It took me a while to realize that Alden and Alexander were staring at me, worried, surely awaiting a reaction or a declaration from me. Both had known me since early childhood. They knew the enmity I felt for the Emperor, and I trusted them enough to set all pretenses aside. But it was perhaps a bit inappropriate to rejoice over my future title while my father's dead corpse was still warm. Is it still warm? After taking a deep breath, I threw up my covers and got up, eyeing them. Eyeing them. I'm not gonna rejoice. Pretend to be sad. I'm gonna stay neutral. Gloating seemed a tad indecent, but I could at least spare myself the pretense of being the grieving orphan that I would surely need to be in front of the court. Well, what I feel isn't important. You don't have to worry about me. What matters most is our nation, and we all know that the sudden death of an emperor is a delicate situation. Yes. At the moment, the most important thing is to preserve the kingdom's stability. Papers! I'm counting on you to protect and serve me. This won't be an easy task, but I'm sure we can accomplish great things. Yes. This time, Alexander got up, putting his hand on his sheath in a dignified and military posture, and he doesn't look sad. Cool. At your service, Highness. May the four witness my oath. I solemnly swear that I will protect you until my dying breath. Oh, the four deities, I'm guessing. Empathetic, he bowed down before lifting his eyes up to me. I smiled and appreciated his allegiance with a certain poise, despite my unkempt hair and my nightgown. Your hair looks fine. Anyway, because I picked it. Anyway. Marjorie, my tutor, often told me that everything about me showed nobility, that I didn't need any props to act like an empress. Cool. Today I understood what she meant. Alden, however, didn't seem to share the general's fervor. Forgive me, Your Majesty, for tarnishing your enthusiasm, but there's a very delicate question that I have to ask. Have you had your father killed? His abrupt question threw me off, and I stared at him, wavering between surprise and indignation. How dare you even suggest such a possibility? You're going too far, advisor. Come on, don't be offended. You said it yourself. You've hated your father since the death of your brother. You've always held him responsible for it. And your father dies on the very day of your return to the palace. Whatever your answer is, I'll accept it, but I need to know. As I said, I felt the anger rise within me at these words, and I walked to the window to breathe some fresh air. After I took a few deep inhales, I finally turned around to face him and gave him my answer in a firm voice. On the one hand, my presence here isn't a coincidence. The Emperor celebrates, or rather was about to celebrate, my birthday in 2 days. Half the Empire's noblemen are here. It's undeniable that the event presented the perfect opportunity to strike. The palace is swarming with unknown guards and servants. It's much harder to provide security in these circumstances. Boom! Exactly. On the other hand, your suspicions are an insult to my intelligence, advisor. After a regicide, the heir is always suspected. If I had really wanted to speed up fate, you better believe I would have been smarter about it. Ha! I like me. I'm still in the prologue, but I don't care. No, just fucking. Oh, why? So every single time I have to do the thingy, I have to, okay. Marjorie taught me the rules of the game. I would never risk losing everything in such a foolish way. I know my ascension to the throne will already be difficult because I'm a woman. I'll state it plainly if it can relieve your doubts, but listen closely because I will not repeat myself. No, I did not have my father assassinated. My eyes trained on him. I crossed my arms, almost daring him to contradict me as I kept a lid on my fury. Go! Alden seemed to gauge me for a moment, then nodded in assent and apology. Cool! Please forgive me, Your Grace. I'll smack you in the face. No, I won't. I'll pretend to, in my head. Anyway, as soon as possible, I'll alert the Master of Murmurs and we'll launch an investigation to uncover the truth and bring justice to your father. I would have preferred more vivid regrets, but under the circumstances, this was enough, and I felt my anger slowly fade away. Like, chuck something at it. I accept your apology. Let's not speak of this again. There are more urgent things to do. The news will, no doubt, make quite a commotion. Alden, you've asked us to swear allegiance to you. I assume you will try to claim your rightful place as heir, Your Grace. No fucking shit. I'm gonna go with yes, it's my destiny. I heaved a deep sigh and mustered all of my determination to answer him without leaving any doubts as to my intentions. I realized a while ago that this was my destiny. Whether I like it or not, I don't really have a choice, and I'm not one to do things half-heartedly. Nope! I know there aren't many people in the direct line of succession, but if you truly don't want to, I believe one of your bastard brothers would do the trick. You know full well that my cousins would covet the position. This would mean the start of a succession war that would drown the kingdom in fire and blood. Even if by some miracle the nobility came out in favor of one of my half-brothers, there's no guarantee that it would all go well. They know nothing of politics. They'd be nothing more than puppets, or even worse, incompetents. Ah! By birth, I have a responsibility to the people of this country, and I don't intend to shirk it. In any case, even if I were to retire to my estate to manage it, I would still be a potential threat to their reign. I'll never be safe, even if I were to completely relinquish my right to the throne. There's no doubt about it. I have to be the next empress. Good. Only time will tell, but I think I am the best possible choice under the circumstances. Yes. Alden, I don't doubt that, Your Grace. In fact, I'm rather relieved to see you have already thought about it. Like you said, our country needs stability. We can't get away with a weak-willed monarch on the throne. I'm not weak-willed. I'm sure you'll be a wonderful empress, Monria. Hi, Alexander. His words were barely a whisper, but I was sure of what I had heard, and I felt my cheeks redden a little. Oh, are they supposed to be a romance option? He seemed embarrassed by his own boldness and blushed more violently than me when I flashed him a smile to reassure him. It had been years since I had last heard him call me by my name. Even if I had no doubts about my own abilities, it was always refreshing to see the trust he gave me. Yay! I cleared my throat, regained my composure, so I could give my orders. This would be a long night. Yes. Who else knows about the assassination for now? Alexander seemed surprised by my question and frowned a bit while searching his mind. When I found the body, I immediately went to warn the advisor, and both of us rushed to see you. The only ones who know about it are the guards who were patrolling with me, and your father's personal maid who was passing by. We knew it would be bad to attract attention, so I had her discreetly sent to the dungeon for interrogation. How about the guards who were stationed before my father's door? Okay. Both are dead. Oh! Shit! Both are dead. I also had their corpses taken to the dungeon for examination. I paced the room, lost deep in thought. You've done well. Now we have to keep it all a secret. It's imperative that no one else hears about it. Yet. Your Grace? This won't be an easy secret to keep. Obviously, we won't be able to do that forever. I only need a few days so I can stay ahead of my detractors. Alden looked thoughtful for a moment, then he nodded. I see, so you want to act before everyone else, which should give you the upper hand. Exactly. Very smart. I have no doubt that some people will want to take advantage of the situation. Even if you are unquestionably the rightful heir, your place will be fought over. Duh. But if you don't give them time to react, that could make things a great deal easier. Yes. That's what I was thinking too. I'd love it if the situation was more straightforward, but this is a little white lie, and the alternative is the chaos of a wildly disputed succession. Cool. Alden nodded, and I continued developing the rest of my plan. Cool. In the meantime, pretend that His Majesty is not feeling well and investigate discreetly. I see. I'll order my men to stay silent. I'll also ensure that they haven't said a word so far. About that, it might be wiser to ensure that they can't talk at all. It's what? Low-grade staff is known for its gossiping, even the guards. My men are trustworthy. They would never disobey. Would you be willing to bet on that, if it would jeopardize the plans of your empress, to whom you have only just sworn allegiance? And the maid, can you also guarantee she'll keep quiet? His teeth clenched, his hand gripping the hilt of his sword. Alexander shook his head. The weight of Alden's words had also fallen heavily on my shoulders, and I observed both men while contemplating my next steps. The decision is yours to make, Your Grace, but I strongly advise you to silence them for good. No! Alden was right. The most effective way to ensure someone stayed quiet was to have them killed. No! However, there could be other alternatives to consider. Yes! Such a decision couldn't be taken lightly, because whatever I decided, I couldn't afford to regret it. No! I'm not killing them! No! Although that... Okay, have them killed. We'll pretend they were collateral damage of the assassination. I'm sorry, Alexander, but we can't afford to take any risks. No. Ensure their loyalty by promising them a much better position once I'm crowned, even if they were really tempted to talk about what happened. This should be a good enough motivation to assure their allegiance. When you explain to them that they mustn't say a word, give them a few coins and promise them more once the secret has been revealed, and in the meantime, send them on a vacation far away from here. This should be enough to guarantee their silence. And then promise them more once I wanna like, I have a money bonus because of the DD. Ooh, I'm loving this. Ensure their loyalty by promising them a much better position once I'm crowned. I like that. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, I saw Alexander sign relief and imperceptibly loosen up. Alden, however, shrugged and bowed to me. This could work, yes. Time will tell. I have faith. Besides, if I'm right, I'll be surrounded by trustworthy people, which is always useful. I have spoken with determination, perfectly hiding my own doubts. Yay! Humans are unpredictable in nature. It was a bet, and I could only hope it would pay off. Yes! In any case, even if the servants talked and the rumors spread, I still had my chances. The advantage I was building would be precious to me, but it wasn't the only weapon in my arsenal. True. Can I count on you, Alexander? He straightened into a military stance and immediately bowed. Yes. Of course, Your Grace. I will do my best to convince them you've made the right decision. I think so. Without further ado, he bowed once more and left the room with a heavy step. Yay! Alden seemed to be lost in thought for a moment, giving me time to come to my senses before he bowed down in turn. I must at least inform the Master of Murmurs of the situation so that we may launch an investigation. Yes, I nodded, aware of my lead spy's discretion as well as his efficiency. Once that is done, I'll come to you to plan the rest of your ascent. Once more, I nodded in approval, glad to be offered a little interlude that would allow me to gather my thoughts. Like, I'm not gonna kill them. That's just mean. And to dress decently while I was at it. Yes. After all, even if the coronation hadn't taken place, yep, deep within me, I knew it. I felt it. I was the Empress. Chapter 1. Long live the Empress. Alright, the sun had now been up for a few hours, promising a beautiful day, but I knew I wouldn't be able to appreciate it. Now that the rush of adrenaline from the news had passed, all I had left were doubts on the days to come, which were going to be exhilarating as much as terrifying. Yeah, no shit. I was gambling my future, along with Calidia's, and that was a big deal. Oh, she's pacing. I like how they did that. Story's great so far. Excellent art design. I love that customization. That customization in the beginning was fun. Aw. I had spent the last few hours, chapstick, I had spent the last few hours readying myself for finding the details of my plan to please my latent nervousness as best I could, but that didn't help me shake off my main preoccupation, the servants. Like Alden had said, I had made a risky decision, and I had been torturing myself for hours wondering if it was worth it. I was restless when I heard the knock and leapt to the door, opening it for Alden and letting him in. Your Grace, we have followed your orders. I hadn't seen that he was accompanied by the Master of Murmurs, who came in after him. A slight discomfort washed over me. His role inside the palace was vital, but since I was a child, I had been terrified of his hidden face and the mysterious aura that surrounded him. Well, he kind of needs that. Nevertheless, my discomfort turned into amazement when I saw him remove his hood as if it were nothing and turn to face me. Oh, my brain had pictured the worst for years, and it was very unsettling to finally be able to put a face to the Mad Man. I realized he wasn't as monstrous as I had imagined. In fact, I was so shocked that it made me forget the reason for my visitor's presence, which seemed to greatly amuse the Master of Murmurs. Is there a problem, Your Grace? No. Oh, it's just I didn't know that you could show your face. To be honest, I do what I want. But in principle, I only remove my hood in the presence of my sovereign and their close collaborators. Though I like to entertain the mystery and anonymity that came with the job, it would be far too dangerous for me never to reveal my face. Some people might use that to usurp my identity. That is a good point. I see. Though it was disconcerting, it was also rather reassuring to see that a man as important as the Miz of Arms already acknowledged me as a sovereign. Cool! I love that outfit. Anyway, Alden cleared his throat to recall me to my duty, and I suddenly remembered the reason for the two men's presence, which immediately made my anxiety flare up. Cool. To keep myself from staring at the master spy, I faced the advisor and fully focused on him. Did everything go well? My anxiety must have been conspicuous, even if I was doing my best to put on a confident expression. Servants seemed convinced by your offer. They left the palace without complaining, so I suppose we can count that as a win. Despite all of that, it's still a bit early to be sure of anything. I gave the Master of Murmurs and Alexander the task of keeping a close eye on the situation. Master of Murmurs slowly nodded in assent. We'll know more tomorrow, but for the time being, there's nothing more to report. Lifted my eyes to meet my advisors and flashed out in a reassuring smile. Clearly, he read my emotions better than I had thought, and I couldn't allow myself to visibly waver at such a critical time. No. I know that, and what's done is done. Now we must focus on the future. Bring the High Priest to the council room. I need him to contact the Quadrator? Robert is a pious man. Are you sure it's a good idea to confide in him? Everyone likes to think the devout never lie, but one doesn't obtain a place like his without cheating a little. I admit that the idea of lying to him came to me for a fleeting moment, but to fool him would be a complex task, and I'll need his support when the time comes. The people put great stock in men of faith. Very well, Your Majesty. Will that be all? Yes, thank you. Oh, hello. You summoned me, Your Grace? Yes, thank you for coming, Robert. I gestured for him to sit down while I settled behind my father's imposing desk. Like I had predicted, my behavior made him lift a curious brow, but I pretended not to notice it. I won't beat around the bush. My father, the Emperor, died during the night. Clearly, we had done a pretty good job of keeping that a secret, since the shock on his face seemed genuine. What? But how? And why am I just learning about it now? I need to pray for his soul. I tried to appease him with a wave of my hand, inviting him to sit back down, since he looked like he was about to get up. He was murdered. For the time being, we're keeping his death a secret so we can investigate without causing any sort of panic. It was the Master of Murmur's idea. He's convinced he'll be able to find the assassin more easily this way. Drowning information, the High Priest slumped into his chair and took in my half-truths while I assumed a saddened expression. It truly is a tragic situation. Keeping quiet and hiding my mourning is a very hard task for me. I know it's a lot to ask of you, but I need you to keep this a secret. I want to do everything in my power to uncover the murderer, especially since I'm scared he could come after me. That? Okay. Once more, I was quite proud of the quivers in my voice, and my acting seemed to be effective since I saw a spark of compassion light up in his eyes. I understand now why the general was guarding your door like a common soldier. With a closed expression on my face, I nodded, searching for the right words. The first and main reason I've summoned you here is so that I could confide in you and ask you to pray for my departed father's soul. Of course, Your Majesty, I'll lock myself up in the Great Temple and dedicate myself to the task. Hello, Robert. Like, that's cool. I hope that's a tattoo and not a brand or something. Okay. Nice color palette. I forgot to mention that. Like, all the colors, cohesive colors. I don't know if I use the word, where did cohesive come from? I think that's the right word. Anyway, my face still sad. I gave him a tight, grateful smile, but inside I felt relieved. His prayers should keep him busy enough that he wouldn't be tempted to reveal everything. Now I could move on to the true reason for his presence here. But before that, this saddens me, but I have another favor to ask of you. Of course, Your Grace, what is it? Well, Alden and I are afraid that all of the upstarts across the kingdom will rush to the castle and try to usurp the throne as soon as my father's death is made public. In their greed, many forget that my line sits on the throne by the grace of the Four. So I'd like to send a letter to the Quadrator and have him support my coronation as well as reaffirm my legitimacy. Once more, he stayed silent, and I tried to hide my worry behind a veil of sadness. I hated that my plans depended on a single person, but I didn't have a choice. Only rulers and high priests could hope to quickly reach the ultimate leader of the Cardinals, and I technically wasn't Empress yet. That, I understand, yes. You're Magnus V's only legitimate child. The throne should be yours. That said, I don't know if the Quadrador will approve your advent. Perhaps if you were married, your candidacy would seem less than appropriate. I felt my body tense up at his words, and it took all I had to conceal how irritated I was by this reminder. I knew I would be told such things. I had mentally prepared myself for it, but obviously it hadn't been enough. It's an issue, yes, and I'll do my best to find a fitting husband quickly, but you'll agree that I cannot entrust the throne of Calydia to just anyone. I have plenty of suitors, but I need some time to study each and every one of them. That's not something that can be done in just a couple of days or even weeks. In the meantime, we do need someone to lead the country and make sure it doesn't sink into chaos, and if a regent were to be appointed, I'm afraid he might refuse to give the throne back to me and my husband, which would lead the whole country to a bloodbath. Ooh. No one wants to see another era of murderous plots, like during Magnus III's time. You're right, Your Grace. We cannot let such a tragedy befall us. Thank you! I'll go write a letter to the Quadrador right away to express support for your coronation and explain our situation. Satisfied, I let out a sigh of relief. Thank you for your support, High Priest Robert. It means a lot to me. Swiftly, I opened one of the desk drawers and pulled out a thin, sealed letter. While I was waiting for you, I humbly wrote a few words destined for the Quadrador. We have never met, and I hope this would help him get to know me a little, as well as reassure him of my faith in the Ford. I was thinking that perhaps you would be so kind as to add it to your own correspondence. Once more, he seemed to be caught off guard, but he smiled instantly and enthusiastically. Yay! Of course, Your Majesty. It's a great idea. Yay! 5 minutes and 40 seconds left. All right. Relieved, I gave him the letter in question while thanking him once more for his support and his help in these unprecedented times. I only hoped he didn't have the audacity to break the seal, because even if it did contain a few cliches on my virtues, the letter mostly made promises that would actually motivate the Quadrador. I knew that gold made the world go round, and so I promised a hefty donation to the Great Temple of Meridian, knowing his taste for luxury. I knew that he wouldn't be insensitive to a few more riches. Having always known that I'd need his support one day, I had used the few resources at my disposal to observe him closely, and I had learned something that could stain his reputation. Like, let's not blackmail. Hefty donation to the Great Temple of Meridian. Like, let's do. Oh, it shows me how many I own. Oh, that would have been nice to know from the very beginning. Why was I not told hover over the cost so I knew how much there was? Come on now. Alright, so I own 20. I'm going to go with what I own more of. To play with a man as powerful as the Quadrador, and I wasn't talking about his possible connection to the gods, but his actual worldly power, was a risky move, but it was all worth it. The dice had been cast. I could only hope for things to go well and prepare the field for my conquest of the Calydian nobility. Cool. Despite my desire to act, for the time being, I couldn't do anything but wait for the Quadrador's answer. Even if the letter had left that very morning, Meridian was far away, and I knew I couldn't hope for an answer for at least 3 days. I had to chomp at the bit and act naive. Cool. My first thought was to mingle with the court so I could clear my head, but then pretending that nothing was up and feeding rumors to justify my father's absence was more frustrating than doing nothing. Even Marjorie's presence irritated me. Despite her advanced age, as soon as she turned her inquisitive eyes onto me, I had the impression she managed to perceive the truth. And so I taken refuge in the library. Best place, yes. Hoping to read a little. But in all honesty, even if I managed to unscramble a few words, my thoughts were far away, and my mind was replaying the events of the previous night. Asking myself again and again if I had done the right thing. Oh, hello, sir. As I suddenly realized where we were, the Master of Mirrors repeated his interjection in a lower, albeit just as zealous tone. Your Grace, we have an urgent problem on our hands. Oh, goody. The preamble was enough to make me abandon my boring reading, and I put down my book, ensuring there wasn't any indiscreet ears in the library before I invited him to continue. After he also made sure no one was around, he pulled back his head and resumed his explanations. As you know, I've asked to keep an eye on the 3 people aware of your father's death. However, barely 24 hours have passed, and I have been told that the maid immediately went to a noble, the Baron Torben of Lavalius, instead of leaving town. I conducted an investigation, and I'm almost positive the two are in a relationship. I've interrogated her colleagues, who confirmed that she's had a rich benefactor for a few months already, and everyone hints at his name. I didn't really care about the servant's romantic endeavors, but I wanted to know where he was going with us. Are you afraid she'll speak? Yes, and I'm afraid the Baron will want to use that information to glean more power. Is he trying to blackmail us? No, we've had nothing of the sort, but tonight he's holding a party to which half of the nobles currently in the capital are invited. That cannot be a coincidence. No event justifies for such a party to be improvised. It's improper. I admit this situation is very odd, but do we have any proof? Unfortunately, no, Majesty, only suspicions. I took in a few deep breaths while I pondered the situation and calculated the risks. If these allegations happen to be true, I would be stuck between a rock and a hard place. Not only would my plan to gain time fail utterly, but everyone would know of my deception. Moreover, she didn't speak. Now that I knew of this maid's allegiance, I wasn't sure it was a good idea to give her a better position down the line. That would give her more opportunities to spy on me for the Baron. What are our options? There aren't many, Majesty. Either we do nothing and wait to see what happens while preparing to counteract possible rumors, or we have them both assassinated to eliminate any risk of leaks. Oh, God, but the Baron is an influential man. There are far fewer chances of his death passing unnoticed than that of a simple servant. Tired, I massage my temples to help me think about the best course of action in the situation. Death was most definitely the best way to stop someone from talking, but the reason I wanted to avoid such messes in the first place is because they disgusted me. Yeah, exactly. And they could well have unwelcome repercussions for me. Would allying myself with the Baron be a possibility? It's true that this information will give him power, but not as much as having an empress owe him a favor. I think it could work, but do you really want to start your rule indebted to such an ambitious man? That was indeed the risk. I could always double-cross him once the danger had passed, but that would undeniably have after effects. Do we have an idea of what he wants? I'd like to know what I'm getting myself into. If I had a few days, I could... Oh, shit. No, I don't want to stop. If I had a few days, I would have been able to tell you, but I can't answer you in the time for the party. Sighing once more and close my eyes to better contemplate my options. And I'm gonna contemplate my options later. Why do you keep making me change the name? You sure you want to override the save? Yes! I wanna. But I gotta, don't I? Because that's 30 minutes. We gotta be fair. So, why in the game does she have darker skin? I know why. You have lighter skin in the thumbnail in the beginning, darker skin during the game. I see what you're doing. Anyway. Quit. I don't wanna, but I gotta quit. This is fun. I'm loving this. Like, I don't want to kill people. I'm not doing it. All right. K-pop idol stories. Hmm. Hmm. Why am I getting hiccups now? Okay. good music that I'm probably going to want to turn down. Hello. Okay. There we go. Because it had just, yeah, this way had everything in the fritz. Alright. Play. This is really good music. I don't think I turned it down enough. Alright, this is a work of fiction. Names, characters, places, and incidents are either products of the author's imagination or are used fictitiously. Yay. Any resemblance to actual events, places, or persons, living or dead, is entirely coincidental. This game is currently in development. Visuals, content, and translations may differ from the final release. Okay. Today is our idol group's last performance. The company's finances weren't good for the last few years. Oh. Our ace, when they debut, is now disbanded. We are hardly able to compete with the new group from big labels. Aw. Hello. Hey, manager, thank you for your hard work and all this. Sadly, I had to close down the company. That sucks. I understand, Joe. Juwan? You're a good man. I can't you as one of my good friends in this industry. I've received as much help from you, but I never imagined that this day would come. I should probably start the timer, huh? You've done your best, but I guess it wasn't enough. I wish you best of luck, manager. Normally, hearing any kind of sound while the text is coming on would annoy me, but seeing as how it sounds like typing keys, I'm not really bothered by it too much. If you ever get the chance to work together again, I'll try my best to repay you for everything. Yay! Because I added to your contacts. Yeah, you've added me to your contacts, haven't you? Before I go here, the girls left you something. Aw. They're a little too upset to see you right now, but I'm sure they'll pay you a visit when they're feeling better. Lovely as always, the girls. And what is this? Oh, shit. I took it to Yuan Ha's concert for tonight, but how'd you get your hands on it? That ticket on a few months ago wasn't the same. Huh? You could chalk that down to the perks of being a former CEO and producer. Cool. Thank you. I need chapstick. Again. What the fuck? I will never forget everything with my girl group. On the first day, make sure of their schedules and training, costumes, and everything. Aha, a moment, the nervousness before a performance. Crying together, we are basically family members. Aw. I rushed to make it to the concert on time. Cool. Yonaha is one of the most successful solo singers at WG Entertainment, which is one of the big players in the industry. Bet. Person of success is Mr. J. Known professionally as Big J. He is a multi-talented producer, record executive, and started his career at Yonaha as Yonaha's manager. He is my big inspiration who made me enter the music industry. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singer. The reason I embarked on this career, the reason I became a K-pop idol group manager. The confidence to perform on the stage comes of some may be born with a gift, but talent alone. Okay. Hear from the echoes and the screaming. How the music fills your body under the spotlight. It's addictive. Behind, superstar. There's a team that works smoothly. Okay. Only if you can draw out the diamonds from your sanctuary. It's you, the manager. Yonaha's concert was amazing. Well, the art and the animations were definitely good. Gone for the show, I didn't have the chance to check my phone. You have new email. I caught a glimpse of the email subject, but couldn't believe what I read. Mickey. Application for position of... Okay. Congratulations, I'm pleased to inform you that your application for the position of project manager of a proposed new idol group is successful. Oh! Please be at the Project KISS office of WG Entertainment's premises. Oh, at 9 a.m. tomorrow. Our CEO, Mr. J, will be your direct supervisor. Eh? Shit. Your name. Of course. Age. How old am I? How old am I? To be honest, I actually don't know. Because I don't pay attention to that. I don't know. I'm 34. Not 20. What are you doing? I'm 34. I don't mind letting y'all know that. I'm just not going to tell you my real birthday. Aha. I'm just going to leave that as is. The marker. Dance, charm, the realist, work, background singer. I don't want to do it like that. I mean, I wish I knew what this shit meant. Okay, I guess happiness plus 50. Okay, we want people happy. But work, background singer. I did just say when I was growing up I wanted to be a singer, so. Oh, that's right, man. Use space bar to continue. Okay. Hello. Morning, Monria. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Maya. I'll be one of the producers in charge of the KISS project. Let me do a quick introduction about your main job as the manager. Alright, first we need to search for new talents. We're looking for vocalists, rappers, dancers, or visuals, good lookers who fit the group concept. Alright. In addition to training each trainee as a team, the type of training you choose will affect which training will be unlocked next. Build relationships and gather fans. They can contribute to the idol's development from the very beginning of your career. The first evaluation is your first goal within the first 3 months. All 3 evaluations will be very important to your group debut. The evaluation process itself has become somewhat of a reality show's broadcast on TV. Okay. Typo. At this point, your ultimate goal is how successful is your debut. Okay. It won't be easy, but all of the hard work may have paid off. Alright. You can ask me again later, just call me through this button. I like buttons. Help button, basically. Hello, Maya and Monria. Alright, here's the deal. I'll give you 3 months probation and a $50,000 investment to kickstart this project. Okay. So, Monria, to mark the start of the project, please write down the name of your upcoming idol group, decide the group concept, and sign the contract. Who did it? What and the what? Why am I picking names? I suck at picking names. I'm writing an entire story and nobody in it is named. Except for the main character. The main character has a name. This employment contract is effective from the date of signing. The undersigned shall, as Project KISS manager, be responsible for the project. What should be industry? Okay, well, we definitely want fantasy. Because while mature is tempting, we have enough of that. Fantasy. We're gonna go fantasy. Making me do research. What are some popular? I'm not gonna use just those. I'm not gonna use those. That's dumb. Oh, they make band names generators? I'm intrigued. Hang on. Music genre. Ooh. It's probably not K-poppy. But we're gonna go with that. We'll name the group until Starlight, and the group concept will be fantasy. How about that? Yeah. Shit's interesting. Thank you, Monroe. Since you're new, I will also help you in networking with WG Entertainment's departments and partners. Hello. Do add your number on IM and get in touch with me if you ever need some help. Ooh. Add mine too. Contact me when you have urgent matters or if you seek any financial help. Oh. Excited to see what you can show us in the first evaluation. Alright, performance first. Remember the evaluation is 3 minutes right now. No pressure. Costs. This used to be Mr. J's, but now it's yours, Monroe. Oh, look at that! Can you see my mouth? Yeah, you can. It's not as big as I want it to be. Why does it shrink in the recording? Anyway, this is nice. Look at that. Okay. Alright, guess that we're ready to introduce a fresh face to the group. Let's do that by pressing on or dragging an audition slot from the 3 options available to the schedule slot. Alright, do make sure that the schedule makes adequate use of the stamina. Press the run schedule button to start it for the week. I said, I'm an introvert. I'm gonna do an online. Press check button on these shiny icons. The candidate SX. What? Oh! Okay. Because I'm one of those. So, now what? Did the game didn't freeze. Now what? Hello, what is next? times like this, I wish I was still streaming, because if I'm missing something, the audience could tell me, but I'm not. So now the fuck what? Okay, well. I'm gonna exit, then resume, and see what happens. You weren't even saving? Oh, well, if that's the case. Bye. Alright, well, 16 minutes and 10 seconds left on that one. So we'll be applying that to Quantum Witch. Okay. So WASD, jumping. Okay. Pet the kitty! Oh yes, we will definitely reduce the flashing effect. There we go. What are waveforms? Pet the kitty, market chatterbox. Okay. Are you sure? Yes. Alright, hit resume. So there is. I have a controller. Where did it go? Oh dear, that Sarah's trying to. Wait, I must be dreaming. Oh, I guess controller is not useful. Okay. Or it just wouldn't let me. Okay. Oh, I have to hold down D or B. I can read. Okay, I don't like the lag. And why is Y jump instead of A? Interact. Oh. I might have a chance of letting go 3 if I slow down and walk up to them. Interact with the note to pick it up. I should read it. It might help me get out of it. It says something changed. Retrace your steps. Oh. Oh! Hello. Everything moves around, isn't it? Tara's right. I shouldn't eat both cheese before bed. Eat me. Eat me. Definitely red with the cheese. Okay, I can't. No. Because that sound being made when the text comes up, can't take it. Can't take it. You look. A door. An out of place metaphorical door. Through the door, wake up in my room. Yeah, that sounds right. With fronds like these, who needs enemies? What's this? I just got up. I can't sleep now. Maybe later. Okay, cool. Me and Tyra on our bonding day. Okay. A note. You overslept again and I couldn't wait around any longer. Oh dear. That's Tyra's angry handwriting. I guess I'd better get out there and start working. Hey! It's the skull of the monster Tyra fought. She'd never admit it, but I think this is her proudest achievement. Makes a lovely base too, but it's also why no one goes to the Hellgrind path anymore. It's bulky and heavy, and it's bolted to the wall. I really can't take it anymore. I don't even know why take was an option. Ha! Tyra's hunting bow. It's your special powerful one. She used it to kill Scully over there. Hope we never need to use it again. That sounds almost like foreshadowing. Oh! I worked for months on this. It tells the story of Tyra fighting the monster that threatened Huss years ago. She's treated like a hero when she goes to town. I think it embarrasses her though. Still, I'm proud of her. What do you want? Good morning, Helka. Morning, Ren. I think your fare got out. Oh no, little menaces. This one has been causing ills around town and munching on my mudmelons. I'm so sorry. They really will eat anything. We can let you have some from our stockpile. No need. I chased the little iller away before she did too much damage. Oh no, they're gonna eat the thing. They're gonna and that's why she's currently munching on the hero tapestry. I'm no expert on such things, but I reckon they got through the gap in your fence. Oh, Fretter and Bum Noise. Fretter and Bum Noise? I asked her to fix that last week. She's up there fixing it now. I saw her this morning. I guess I should run up these little menaces. Thank you. Blessings of Key. And to you, Helka. We need to get the... Stop it. Fetch quest this early in the morning. Should be illegal. Okay, you. I'm off to find your sisters. You need to... Stop it. What's on this? Tells the story of... I can't grab the... Okay. This has been broken for a while. I should ask her to fix it. Or we could, you know... Hello? Hey, sorry, the fair got out. I'm going to get the new gate fitted. Should keep the little illers in when it's done. I better go find them all. Helka said they were all over town. I hope none of them went further down this way. Why not? That weird temple? Yep, unnerves me. I thought we were done with that type of thing, at least outside the old timers anyway. Hey, you, could you fix this steel light, please? I need to finish up here first. I should be done by the time you found all the fare. Cool. Hello. Hello. Ooh, shit, what was that? What a lovely flower. Such a pretty red. Oh. Hello. Hi, I'm looking... Oh my, what a wonderful day it is. I think I've seen you up at your farm. Have you ever thought about why the fair bounces as it does? Not really. It just does. Isn't it strange that such a large animal with such small legs bounces? No. Never really given it much thought. Would you like to attend one of our public talks? We consider these questions. I'm sorry, just meetings at 2, 4, 8, 12, 7, 9, and 12 again. I really just want to find. It's not a cult. I'll take your word for it. The River Seth that protects us from the Shun Desert. Beyond our walls. Oh. Please not climb on the sacred lampshade monument tower. Okay. Hello. Who's a big sweet girl, eh? Is it you? Is it? It is. She's one of our bovies, and she's a very good girl. I'm not sure where the other bovie has wandered off to. Probably found a nice patch of grass to munch somewhere. Where you going? Oh, that's cool. I can see my reflection in the glass. I like that red dress. Oh, hello. Fucking sheep. Breeza, you little menace, what are you doing out here? Oh, now. Thank you. that's cool. Exit. What? Hello. The skeleton who can see through time's cave. Hiya, love. It's me, the skeleton who can see through time. Talking skeleton? How are you speaking? Why didn't you despawn? I have so many questions. Oh, don't worry about any of that. I'm not a monster. I'm just here to help and do my fun little dance. Okay. And you can see through time? Oh yes, the skeleton who can see through time. That's me. If you're ever stuck, come see me. I'm both thankful and a little scared. Actually, mostly worried. Weirded out. Perfectly normal, love. Perfectly normal. Chat anytime I might be able to help. Okay. That's a nice tree. Hello? Thorpe Steads, then River Fray, leading to Pool Temple Way. Nah, maybe later. What's this? Town Square. They were all over town. That's right. Your stall is certainly interesting. Hmm? So you're an archaeologist? Yes. Where did you find all the stuff? Tombs. You don't say much, do you? No. Why does an archaeologist need guns? Tigers. Have you met a lot of tigers in tombs? Yes. That's supposed to be like Lara Croft. Well, this has been riveting, but I need to go. Well, I've never seen fruit like this before. Sure. I got cherries, I got strawberries, I got suspicious looking purple things. Never heard of any of those things. If you're interested in something with a little more powerful, if you know what I mean, I can help you out with that. I actually don't know what you mean. Keep it on the down low, kid, but I've got pills. Pills to make you strong, pills to keep the demons at bay when you're lost in the maze of your mind. I'll pass, thanks. You say that now, but those ghosts will come a-calling and you'll run back here begging for my help. I think I better be going. Begging! Okay. Begging! Okay, bye then. Hi, nice crown. Thanks! See, I'm a princess, or I was, back where I came from. I had a castle and coins and a wonderful boyfriend with a big bushy mustache. Wonderful. What sort of shells are you trading away? Anyway. Oh, that's Princess Peach. Oh, and that was supposed to be Pac-Man. Okay. Turtle shells, of course. In my world, turtles were a great menace, but we stamped them out, literally. Sounds violent. Oh, it was. Okay. Very violent. Very, very violent. So violent. Death, destruction, the blood. The blood! Okay. Oh, you're tall. You have a mighty skill for observation. Ha! Can I ask what you're trading? Nothing but the expertise of the great Shimamura, the strongest, most high, who's this warrior in the realm. Are you ready for some combat training? Cool. Combat, jumping and kicking and punching and axes and fighting and excitement? Yes, please. Very well, enter the dojo. Hello. Ha! Welcome to the dojo of the great Shimamura. Is that you? Of course. Do you not feel blessed and humbled to be taught by the greatest warrior Huss has ever seen? Oh, well, yes, sorry, I was a little distracted. You're so tall. I am aware of that. Do you think I have not noticed? And you have an outline. How exotic. Do not objectify people based on their outline. I am as I was rendered, which is not unusual where I come from. I will have you know. I'm sorry. I've never been in here before. Sorry, I should know better. That's quite alright. When you're ready to start training, go through the door. I will guide you through the challenges of strength. Come, warrior. Fort of you is a crate of strength. Attack it to progress. Oh. Oh, shit. Jump kick. Oh, okay. Oh, shit! Well done, you have reached my final challenge. I blocked your exit, prepare to face my attacks while you try to escape. Ready, fight. What? Why am I staying on the wall? Get off. Get off the wall. I do not want to be on the wall. Thank you. Run. Shit. Am I supposed to be attacking this? Congratulations, the challenges of strength are complete. You have proved your strength, and although you can wield it, be careful, there are many dangers in the world. Yes, about that. I don't seem to have learned that much combat, really. Where are my weapons, dashes, rolls? I wanted an axe. True combat is of the mind, little one. Exploration, puzzling, knowing what to open up and what not to. Knowing what must be destroyed and what must be cherished. Oh, I think I understand. Defeating a powerful one, such as myself, is rare. Please something done with brute force. Thank you. Okay. Time to go find the sheep. Random doors. It's closed for renovations at the moment, which is ironic because it's actually Tyra doing most of the work, not me. Renovations, you see. Ha! Do you see? Funny. So does it mean I can't go in here either? No. I'm looking for sheep. Oh, hello. Hello. Why is there a fly? What is that near me? Memorial Cave. Hello. Wall of Memorial. There's something... It's difficult to think about. Okay. Oh, I can see my reflection in the ground. Board up, the past must be out, or something. Maybe another time. Okay. Lord T. Jungle Relics and Curiosities. What a weird collection of objects. A duck, a mod of a cucumber, some kind of orb, a rather cold-looking axe. I wonder where that came from. Spherica's exotic fruits. I wonder if the black outline is edible or if you're supposed to cut it off. Princess Nectarine's incredibly useful shells. Not sure what I'd use these for though. Throwing, I guess? Ha! Did you know you can sleep in your bed until morning or nap until evening? That might be handy. Okay. Oh, when bridges are out, I won't be able to get to the land without them. Okay. Hello. Oh, you're a good kitty. Such a good kitty. Meow. Purr. Can I pet the cat? Hello. Statue of the Key. This is the founder of Husk, bringer of the magic. She looks kind, but imposing. Can I jump? Can I jump on top of that? Can I jump? Nope. Oh, you're a good kitty, such a good kitty. Meow. Sif and Stiff live here. They keep things pretty private. I can't go in, at least not yet. Okay. Time to go home, I guess. Hey, sweets. Being a good girl, of course you are. A flower for you? Oh, how sweet, thank you. Maybe you could wear it? Like in your hair? I don't know. It would look adorable. Exactly. For me. Anything for you. Aw. What's on this? Sister. Hey, you can't just walk into the temple. Here, you need to read this first. It's very important. There are a lot of misconceptions about us. Absolutely not a cult. It's explained in this lovingly provided leaflet. Okay, thanks. We look forward to seeing you at the meetings. Portable shelves full of books, leaflets, magazines, most of them seem to be about how the world will end. How fun. Alright, so now where the fuck am I supposed to go? How many sheep am I looking for? Hello. Oh. Our stead. It's a bit old and rickety compared to the new ones in the booksteads, but we love it. Sounds like you still have some missing fare. You tried the marketplace. Oh, and the pool temple. I was at the marketplace. Welcome to the pool temple. Hi, I'm looking. Long ago, this was founded as the source of our power and life in a husk, and today the magic still provides healing and new life. Yes, I know the marketing spiel. What's the purpose of your visit today? Are you with your bonded one? Would you like to reserve a room? No, I'm not here for the pool, and we're definitely not ready for a baby. Oh, so you don't need a towel? We can't even tempt you with massage. No, just looking for my missing fare. Oh, yes, the fair. Little Iller's smell has been putting some of our patrons off their activities. I'm so sorry. I'll deal with her. We would appreciate that. Don't forget to check out the gift shop. Where'd she go? Ren, is that you? Yeah. Frigga, what's up? Don't often see you here. I sprained my ankle, so just making the most of the waters. Okay. Don't mind me. I'll just look over there. Terrace says you find this place a little embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, I get it's the foundation of our entire way of life, but, do we have to be so brazen? It's just bodies, Ren. Never mind that. I've lost my fare. You haven't seen any around town, have you? Now that you mention it, I did see one around here trying one of the private rooms. Little Illers can get everywhere. Thanks. We'll see you later. See, you're in? Oh, I get to just walk into rooms now? Uh-oh. Not today, thank you. Ow, careful, my hair. Do you need a hair clip? I think we're okay now. Sound like they're busy. Occupied. Whoops, sorry. Room for one more in the polycule, though. Want to get to know each other? Thanks, but I'll be off now. Kitty! Okay. Hello? That's cool looking. Good day, I'm looking for Milo's Fair. I'm afraid we only have natural healing crystals and commemorative t-shirts. See, they say I went to the pool and all I got was pregnant. Isn't that hilarious? I guess so. Not sure I'd want to wear it, but... Hello. It's just a fair. Calm down. It's munching on my wares. Get it out of here quick. Jolka, stop that this instant. Home, now. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Here, take this healing crystal. Thanks. I'm sure that'll come in handy. Thanks for handling that fair for us. Yes, thank you. You should get down here more often. Yes, you're definitely a lovely. Oh, okay. So I can't get anywhere without bridges. All right. Fruit. I wonder if the black outline is edible or if you're supposed to cut it off. Oh, jump kick. Need a fair right here? Mine has escaped. I swear I saw one hanging around my warehouse. I'll try to flush her out tonight. Oh, thank you. Come back after moonrise and the little cutie should be here. Thank you. Have a magical day. Bye. Remember, after moonrise. Yes, you said. Yes, but so many people missed it during playtesting. Moonrise. Got it. You completed your training. Impressive. Thank you. You have a wider world open to you now. Go adventure, be strong. And go take a nap. Hello! Oh, did you get lost? Helly, go on, get home. Hey, fence is fixed. New gate. Let me know when you want the ladder fixed. Thank you. I still can't find Penny. Don't worry about it. about Penny? You know she goes off on her travels sometimes. Hello. Don't get lost again, okay? Hey, sweets. Little menace, but you're lovely too. Fix it still out of place? Sure. Thanks. I know the loft isn't really your place. I understand why it's so important to you. Give me a moment. All done. Thank you, my lovely. Anything for my princess? See, you are a big soppy thing, really. Hello, my lovely. Your 24th summer, wow. And your farm, your fair, your bonded one. We're so proud of you. I hope that's what they would have said to me. Oh. My old music box. It's been broken for such a long time. I can't bring myself to give it away, but I don't think I could stand to fix it and hear it play again. Miss you. Aw. Oh, I was trying to do that. I was trying to see if I could get the freaking thing out. Okay. I guess I'm going to bed then. Just wondering if there'd be something different. Now what? Well done. You have found the incredible line of secret dialogue. Okay. See you later, love. Okay. You said you come from another world? Oh yes, all the traders who do, don't we, gang? Yeah. You see, there was some catastrophic event that tore rifts in our worlds, and we ended up on that mountain back there. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hope we've been treating you well since you got here. Oh yes, it's lovely here. I do miss my partners, though. Partners? I'm sure they miss you too. We play so many games. Big B would pretend to kidnap me, and Mr. Mushnash would rescue me. Ha! Hello? Sorry, just off in my memory. Mario. My parents are here. I mean, they're not here. They've returned to the world. But a memory of them is here. Oh. Good music. Still can't get through. What's the deal with the statues? The statues are the key. Some say she was a goddess, some say just a wise one. What we know for sure is she laid the foundations of our town and infused the pool with its They're not light-sized, mind. So how exactly does the pool do its thing? The pool is infused with a mystical power that heals and restores us, and in some cases changes us completely. It's also central to growing our little town, which is why we built the private rooms around it, okay? Growing the town. Yes, you know exactly what I mean, Ren. Ah, the creation magic. Yes, the wonderful time when new life arrives to us. Trina says it's not magic and there's some other explanation. I'm pretty sure it's magic, though. Sif, where do these come from? No, you're just being childish, Ren. It's good for the soul. Remember to set your pool, get your pool t-shirt. Well, once we have them all cleaned of fair drool. Ha! Another kitty. Alright, nothing else to do. That I know of. Who's the big speaker? Is he is it? So who are you anyway? We're a collective of the old way who found the truth through the great lamp-shaded one. Okay. The Shadies. And we're absolutely not a cult, just a sincere group who study the lamp-shaded teachings. Not that lamp-shaped person, who is Shade? Only the greatest, most wise, true God to have ever existed. Her holy writings let us accept our flaws by pointing them out. And that works. Put it this way, she has a lampshade on her head. Once that's been pointed out, you just sort of accept it. Blessings of the lampshade to you. Portal shows. Have fun. Please gather for our next talk entitled Do Not Hide Your Lampshade Under a Bushel. On a dark night, what would help us see? Surely a light. Blah, 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 blah. Hey, how long does this go on for usually? Shh, pay attention. Okay. And so ends the lesson. It's a very special meeting today because we have a new friend. Everyone, please send our warm lampshade love to our visitor. Welcome, hello, hi, welcome, hello. Hope you had an encouraging and refreshing time at the talk today. I was here for all of it, so the time of decision has arrived. Please step forward. Will you join us and bring the royal lampshade to all? Oh, I'm sorry, this really isn't for me. It all seems a bit culty. It's not a cult. Anyways, that's unfortunate. Even though you have heard our secret sayings, you are free to leave at any time. Really? I was worried for a moment there. Yes, free to leave at any time. Through the fine mesh of separation down below. Farewell. Uh-oh. Hello, anyone there? Okay, life lessons learned. If someone has to tell you that something isn't a cult, it's a cult. Was that thing supposed to kill me? I'm sorry. I don't know what I was supposed to do, so... What happened? My head is spinning. I thought I was done for. And you would have been if it not for me. I got you out just in time. You must be worried sick by now. I need to get home. Where am I? How do I get back to us? You're sort of, kind of, pretty much in Hess, but not. Don't be scared. Head right and you'll be in familiar territory soon enough. Thank you. I'm not even going to ask who you are. I just want to get home. Appreciate it, love. Hello. It said head right, but okay. Oh, you're a good kitty. She's a good kitty. Meow. Purr. Okay, time to go home then. Okay. The lack of guidance is starting to get on my nerves. I can speak even though I don't have rules. Just don't ask how it works specifically. Do I stupidly go back to talk to them? No. I mean, I guess I could. So am I supposed to go back and talk to the cult? That'd be a very stupid thing to do. Especially since it just tried to kill me. Alright, well, due to lack of guidance, I'm annoyed, so... 6 out of 9 waveforms completed. Well... You got on my nerves. Alright, and I was looking forward to you. Alright. Okay, so we have 3 minutes and 41 seconds going into Shroom and Gloom. What in all the fucks? opened in the wrong window. You're supposed to open over here. Games go over here. Why you go over there? Thank you. Oops. What'd I do? What'd I break? Think I braked it. Well, this isn't a good start. Okay, not gonna click anything. Not gonna touch. No touchy. Hopefully one day you won't see this loading screen. Uh-huh. Excuse me if you heard that. I thought that was supposed to be you. I thought that was only gonna be a hiccup. Okay, I'm gonna hit resume. Because why is this taking so long to load? Be excellent to each other, but what if we want to be absolutely horrible? Also, part of this game has leaked into another screen. What are you doing? Uh-huh. Can't see part of the game because it's hanging down in this part. Okay. There we go. Music volume, since you're going on the two view. There we go. Head bob. No. Screen shake. No. That'll work. You're here, I think. Okay. Hello. Learn something. Search your feeling and choose a mood. If you would die, destroy this card and heal to 50% HP instead. Give me. Select a card to gain. If fatal, gain 1 energy. If the attack is fatal, gain 1 energy. I guess. When you heal past max health, increase max health by 3. When you eat, make a toothpick. I don't have another key, so I guess. Bug! Why, hello. Ow! Shit. When you eat, make bone to pick. Unlock. Gain 1 energy, draw 1 card. When you open or lock, draw 2 cards. Lock picks for secrets. You are poor. Come back later. Oh. Damn it. Woo. Uh-huh. increase max health by 2. Use edibles to make a soup. Vulnerable enemies. Select a card to gain. Add 2 vulnerable enemies make. Gain energy, draw a card, increase max health by 3, heal 5 health, increase max health by 7. Liking this so far. No idea why I'm here, but nice. That was cool. That wasn't nice. So let's get rid of the minion. Okay. get stronger and stronger. Nice. Okay. I'm about to die. Oh! Forgot I had that card that would bring me back to life. Oh. Okay. So they ran away? Cool. God damn it. That's what I get for not paying attention. I wonder what's gonna happen if I do die. Ooh, hello. If they're trying to creep me out, they're definitely succeed. God damn it. growing stronger. Let's see how far you got. You gain nothing in death. Uh-huh. That's it. Thanks for checking out our demo. Oh, okay. We hope you had the best time with it. If you did, wish us the game. Or dive into another run. Thanks for playing. I have 9 minutes left. I'll play again. Hi. Draw an edible at the start of each exploration. Oh, draw an extra attack at the start. If you would die. Increases every attack. I like the sound design in this. Squishy, squishy, squishy. Ow. Each time you deal damage, increase rage by 1. Actually, let me do toasting. Buff fingers. When you open a lock, increase max health by 2. Shrooms. All right. Wait, what? Ooh, I used that way too soon. Way sooner than I would have wanted to. Shit! Curse. Deal 4 damage yourself. Oh dear. They didn't attack. I don't know how I feel about that. Oh. Increase target's card's damage by 4. Draw 1 card. If this is in your hand when an enemy dies, make a satisfying nibble. Deal 8 damage. When another card increases its damage, increase this card's damage by 2. Okay. Soup value. Oh. Oh well. Okay. Scratch around in the dirt. Pick, lock, and scratch out of trouble. Gain 3 energy. Hope I don't regret that. Rage increases with every attack. Yeah. Damn it! Out of time. Deal 4 damage. Deal 1 damage yourself. Nope. Deal 8 damage. Make a return stroke with half damage. Deal 4 damage twice. technically, I could just end it here. I'm gonna pause it. I am since it's like we hit the half hour. I'm not gonna keep recording. We hit the half hour. That wouldn't be fair. And that's what's currently running. Ignore that. I'm just gonna keep playing when this ends. This is fun. Loving this one, loving this one. This one started great and got on my nerves, and then lack of guidance on this one. I wasn't, if I was supposed to go back to the cult after they tried to kill me, why? Anyway, read the descriptions again for you real quick. So here are the four. We have Imperial Grace. It's a visual novel about romance, medieval intrigue, and political strategy. Will you rule with your head or your heart? Play the first 6 weeks in this demo. In this life simulator, you're the manager responsible for scouting talent, organizing schedules, creating budgets, planning social media, choosing music, and styling your idols. Your goal to debut the next big K-pop idol group. Quantum Witch, a feud between old gods and missing flock of fair, and every choice has consequences. Ren is in the middle of all of it. What will her story be? You will decide in this narrative-driven adventure that has no guidance. Anyway. Shroom and Gloom. Gather and grow cards in Shroom and Gloom, a moody first-person roguelike double deck builder bursting with fungal foes and mountains of mega combos. The Shroom and Gloom demo drops you into a weird and moody double deck building roguelike. Build 2 distinct decks, battle through 26 handcrafted tunnels, and face off against spore-swarming enemies and biome bosses. This one was actually my favorite. Exclusively. Alright, so before we conclude, here is our artist shout out one more time. Please go check out, hopefully I say their name right, Evgenia Zakupova. Tempted to just spell it, but then again you can check it out. Oh, excuse me, at the link in the description or in the blog post, depending on where you're watching this. Do go please check them out. I found them on ArtStation. They are also on Instagram, and they can be contacted via email. And I already forgot what the pronunciation of the word was. So this artist shout-out choice was inspired by Oxford English Dictionary's word of the day for yesterday.
Puericulture.
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 I like this better. And it means the rearing and training of young children. I'm loving this wholesome image. Do go please check them out if you would like to assist me in getting the human artists, more exposure across social media via ads. Please donate to the Artist Shoutouts Ko-fi. Closing. Thank you for watching. It was very, very, very much appreciated. Tired all of a sudden. The adrenaline's wearing down from the games. Anyway, do go please check out the Discord. I am on as many social medias as my capacity allows. Mostly on Blue Sky. I should probably find the icon for it. But I'm not MonriaTitans.bluesky.social. I'm MonriaTitans.craves.coffee on Blue Sky. Anyway, so you can see me on all the other things. All those Ko-fis may seem a bit overwhelming or confusing. However, another reason why I hate the plagiarism laundering is because I'm an artist myself. If you want to check that out, you can go to the Titans and Riot Art Ko-fi. That is me. We already explained the Artist Shoutouts Ko-fi. If you would like to assist me in upgrading equipment, wow, I am tired all of a sudden. Can't stop yawning now. Sorry. Anyway, to assist me in purchasing more games to play for you lovely folks for further commentary, I didn't comment too much on these, I noticed, because I kind of got into the games. Shroom and Gloom especially. Holy crap. Thinking. All the thinking. Which I'll be getting back to. And if you'd like to assist me and you don't care what I do with it so long as it's not illegal, I am unemployed right now. You could go to buymeacoffee.com/MonriaTitans. Although my favorite affiliation is my bookshop, the Rendezvous Point, powered by Bookshop.org, what I like to call the Etsy for small business bookstores. You want to buy more books, help out the channel, have an option other than Amazon, and help out local bookstores, then that's 4 skips with a stone by checking out my shop, the Rendezvous Point. It is the goal of Bookshop.org to assist local bookstores in the age of e-commerce. As of right now, they've raised $43,937,497.44 for local bookstores. Yay! I love them. I look there first for books before I have to go to Amazon. Unless there's another site that I'm missing, please tell me. I do not want to keep going back to Amazon if bookshop.org doesn't actually have something. Anyway, Rendezvous Point. I want it to be a hub for everything. Unrealistic, I know, but I can have as much as I can. There's a gaming industry resources, artist alley, everything in artist alley is in gaming industry resources. History, fun reads, manga, comic books, graphic novels have their own bookshelf as well. I even have a section towards the bookshelf towards the bottom for finished books. There's a bunch of stuff there. Do go please have fun and check it out. Up next, I have a series for NSFW demos. Why do I do that? To break the stigma around sex, and because I don't like censorship around things that make people uncomfortable. You not liking something means you don't participate in it, collective shout. Anyway, so on Thursday, that's Christmas Day, so this is tentative. Probably won't be doing this because I don't remember what we're doing for Christmas, so I might move it to Tuesday. Don't know yet. Depends on what the Christmas plans are. But I plan this week, unless shit happens, to do a let's try to finish NSFW demos so I can finally uninstall them from my computer. You should see how full my poor thing is. But that's what that's for. That is up next, either on Tuesday or Thursday, depending on the situation. And now we come to a close. Remember, we are gamers not because we don't have a life, but because we choose to have many, which can also be said of readers. If anyone asks you why you like video games, remind them a game is a problem-solving activity approached with a playful attitude, a quote by Jesse Schell. And if anyone gives you shit for your interest, tell them you may not like video games, but what I learned from them is this: no enemies in front of you means you are going the wrong way. Thank you for watching. May every decision you make be in the spirit of fairness, and may the rest of your day not go to shit. See you next time.